You're live. Happy New Year, everybody on YouTube and here on StreamYard. It's me, John Avenger, once again, and welcome to my first live stream of 2021. Yes, fuck 2020, it's over. We're finally in 2021. And we're going to start with one of the best movies of 2019, Joker. Yes, I'm finally doing the commentary for this. So join me in the chat. I'm going to be here all night. I drank some coffee. Let's start Joker. And yeah, perfect movie to start 2021 because I love this movie when I first saw it in the theater, and I'm here to review it for you guys. Well, I already reviewed it. I'm doing a live commentary for it. This movie's brutal, but I can get through it. It's only an hour and 56 minutes, so this is a lot shorter than Wonder Woman 84. It's a period piece, and it works really, really well. See, it says 2 hours and 1 minute, but it's really an hour and 56. Awesome. This is Joaquin Phoenix's Oscar-worthy performance, which nobody saw coming. This is an actor that was going weird, and he was always weird, but man, this was a great freaking performance. The makeup they did on his face, the laugh, the freaking tone. Yeah, and I love clowns, guys. Why do people say I love this movie so much? Are you psychotic? No, I love clowns, guys. I've been a clown before for kids. And I dressed up as a clown in public many times in college and on Halloween. And I was Joker at Comic-Con, not Comic-Con, at a convention back in 2000. This is his face is doing like this. Sad face. Happy face. Yes, it's disturbing. This is the mind, basically the living in the mind of a serial killer. Yeah, it's hard to watch, but like I said, not for me. It's not because I've as a person that has had a mental issue, not psychoticness. I'm just saying like a condition, you know, that makes my attention go flat. Yeah, awesome freaking movie. There's no CGI in this movie. Backgrounds, hey Network 98, how you doing? This movie looks like a Scorsese movie or a Tarantino film. It's a period piece from the 70s. There's nobody with cell phones or taking selfies or anything. It's a really, yeah, here we go. I love the music in this movie too. It feels like I'm in the 70s, even though I wasn't around yet. I was born in the 80s. And unlike Wonder Woman 84, I know this is going to sound controversial, this movie did not need to stretch itself out. It didn't. It's 2 hours, but with the end credits, it's only out the end credits, an hour and 56. It doesn't drag. It's a crime drama. So that's exactly what the kind of movie it is. And it's an R rating, which is great. This movie needed the R rating. Who's your favorite director? Spielberg's one of them. And so is George Lucas. Not the recent Spielberg. I'm saying from the past. E.T., Jaws, Jurassic Park. I love those movies. And when the Joker's running here, I'm like, this is before has his gun. Because again, who are the assholes in this movie? The people of Gotham City. Yeah. Except for Bruce Wayne, most of the people in Gotham are assholes. Watch this. Oh man, that's brutal. This movie looks great on DVD. I'm watching the DVD. They're the ones that push him too far, and then he's like, "Fuck you, fuck you, fuck you." Poor Arthur. I feel bad for him. I know that Josh you said that he was, that he never felt sorry for Arthur, but I'm like, there's a reason I sympathize with Arthur because when I was a kid, I was bullied a lot. So I said Happy New Year to most of my friends on Facebook. So I'm very happy that the year is over, man. I'm so glad we're in a new year. A shorter year. There's only 365 days, not 366. Favorite of the DC animated universe and least favorite DC animated universe. That was a great title, by the way. DC animated movie. In this one, they made Jokers laugh a condition, which I'm like, I get. Sometimes, yes, they're shooting fireworks now, so I've had the giggles a lot when I was a kid. This is a great performance, man. I did not see this coming because this is an actor I didn't care for. When I saw Gladiator years ago, I was like, the guy from Gladiator that was giving a thumbs down to Russell Crowe is going to be the Joker, but he nailed it. Compared to someone like Jared Leto, was just a weirdo. Leto just tried too hard to be weird and Cholo. What is your what my favorite is Flashpoint, my least favorite is Batman and Harley Quinn. I haven't seen that one. My favorite one, animated one, well, let's see, from the DCU that I've seen probably was The Dark Knight Returns because it was amazing. I saw it only once, but it's 2 parts and it's epic. And Batman kicks the shit out of Superman. And also, it's a great story. The only thing that didn't work for me in that movie is Joker. I thought he was just kind of like underused. He didn't have the laugh, and he was just kind of like there. My least favorite would be what was it? So let me see the DC animated movies, DC animated films list. Put it up a little bit because the dialogue is kind of. Let's see the Batman Gotham Knight, Killing Joke, Justice League New Frontier for Year One, Wonder Woman 2009, Hush, Superman Unbound, Shazam, The Flash, Lego Shazam, I like that one. Green Lantern, The Death of Superman, that made me cry. I would say Batman versus Robin. I no, actually that one, and also Batman Bad Blood because I hate Batwoman as a character. She's the worst female heroine in the DC universe, whether it's animated or live action. She just doesn't work. You know why this worked? Because Joaquin Phoenix's performance was breathtaking, and it actually looks like a film. Compare this to the crap that came out in 2019, the same year, at the same time, Batwoman. That looks like crap, and it's a cartoon. Here, this is breathtaking. Like the thing. That is dark. I don't know why some people say this movie is hard to watch. Yes, I saw her in the crossovers with the other Arrowverse characters, Arrow, the Flash, and Supergirl. And she's awful. She can't even throw a punch right. And people are scared of her in that crossover in Crisis on Earth X, but she doesn't do anything. There's a reason she left the show. At least the new Batwoman is very attractive. Javicia Leslie, she's gorgeous. Flashpoint I haven't seen yet, so I can't say it's my favorite. Even though I love the Flash to pieces. If people think this movie was disturbing, see the movie Taxi Driver and see what I mean. That's basically what this is. Taxi Driver and King of Comedy. You mix those together with the brutal violence and the DC look. This is a DC bleak movie that works. Man of Steel did not work in dark because it just Superman is not gloom and doom. Also, this movie has color. Even though it's really, really dark and R-rated, it has color. And it's a real film. I was waiting for DC to do a real film, not just a CGI fest like Suicide Squad. Joaquin looks like he didn't sleep for days, but unlike Jared Leto, he actually put effort. And unlike poor Heath Ledger, he lived to tell about it, you know? Got the Godfather Part 2 or 1. I've only seen the first one. That's amazing, man. Just the faces he does is that's more expression than anybody that did the new Star Wars movies. That includes Felicity Jones and the Hobo, and also who else? Oscar Isaac and all of them, yeah. Or John Boyega, yeah. Did you like Superman the Animated Series? Yes, I grew up watching that when I was a kid. I have a condition, more in the back. It's a medical condition causing sudden, frequent, and uncontrollable laughter that doesn't match how you feel. Yeah, some people have a condition like that. Hell, I laughed a lot in 2020 just to get through it. But now that it's over, I can laugh that I made it. You didn't get me, COVID. I'm here watching Joker on New Year's Day. So, ha 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 ha. Favorite and least favorite Halloween movie. Favorite is the first one. Least favorite is Resurrection. I would say the remake, but I haven't seen the remake, so I would say 5. Halloween 5 is the worst sequel because 5 not only did it disrespect the fourth one, but it was a terrible trend that led to terrible movies like 6. Resurrection to me, I just skipped the beginning. If you skip the killing off Laurie Strode, the rest of the movie is passable. At least it doesn't kill off, other characters that we liked in the first Halloween, like Loomis and all the ones. 5 and 6 are just terrible. I hate those. My favorite is yes, the original, because there's nothing like it. Like it's a movie that can stand on its own 2 feet. I also really enjoyed Halloween 2, the original, not the Rob Zombie film. 3 is underrated, and 4 is a great sequel. Probably the only great sequel in the franchise. And I just love this movie. Like his unconditional laughter, that's what his uncontrollable laughter, that's what works about this. He's a dark soul, but he can laugh through it, which is more than I could say for Leto. What was his laugh? Ah, 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 ah. That's not the Joker's laugh. That's a mocking laugh. And this movie did not have a big budget, for a DC movie. And I'm like, yeah, again. And they're still giving this movie in theaters too. They gave it in the Skyline Drive-In in New York City at 7:30. They're going to give it tonight. Oh no, that's on my birthday. They're going to give it on my. Do you hate Jared Leto's Joker? Yes. The worst freaking live action Joker we've ever seen. Cesar Romero in the 60s show, Jack Nicholson, and even Mark Hamill's animated voice is better than him. He's just awful. The grills and the comb back gold green hair and the tattoos and it looked awful to me. Why does the Joker need tattoos? He doesn't need tattoos. He's a deep complex character. You don't need to make him look like a joke, literally. And the fact that they try to kill him off and then he shows up at the end of the first Suicide Squad movie, there's a reason why he's been forgotten. See, no, it's set in 1981. My bad. I thought it was the late. It looks like a 70s film, but it's 81, a few years before I was born. This lady did a good job. I think this is the same lady from Catwoman. Male Academia. Yeah, that's got to be the same lady. So it's the early 80s. So I was right, around the same time that the King of Comedy came out. It follows Arthur Fleck, yeah, Phil, clown and stand-up comedian, is descendant to insanity and nihilism, inspires a violent counterculture revolution against the wealthy in a decaying Gotham City. Yeah, and I've seen every episode of Gotham. Gerald's Joker tries too hard to sound edgy. He just sounds like an idiot. This hunka hunka. I'm like, oh my god. And I hated his accent too, and I hated the fact that also that him and Harley have no chemistry whatsoever in that movie, in Suicide Squad. This is an actual film with cameras and not CGI, and also real acting, not this cartoonish bullshit that Harley's like, I'm putting look at my little T-shirt. No. And by the way, this podcast will not be for kids, so kids, stay away. Don't watch. See, I could do that laugh, guys. Joaquin Phoenix did a great job, man. I see this performance and I'm like, I'm not disturbed because, like I said, I've seen crazier. And again, kiss my ass, Gone Girl. This is how you win an Oscar. You fully commit. What did Rosamund Pike do in that movie? She was acting crazy. This is embodying crazy and pure insanity. That's why that movie can suck my dick, because David Fincher did a good job shooting the movie, but let's face it, it was not the right role for a Brit like her. Sorry, but that's not going to ever change. Is this the same actress from? Is it? Let's see. She was in 6 Feet Under. She won a Golden Globe. She's a good actress. Filmography. film. Yeah, she was Ophelia Powers in Catwoman. Yeah, this is a way better performance. Why? This is done by people that can actually write. They can do a good origin story and they don't disrespect the character. Catwoman was not nothing like in the comics, and it was done poorly. Who wrote this movie? Todd Phillips directed it, but he didn't write it. No, Phillips wrote it with Scott Silver. They did a great freaking job. I was blown away how great this freaking movie was. I was like, a Joker movie, origin movie that's nothing like the DC universe. And it was dark and it worked. And this made $1 billion, over $1 billion, and it doesn't have the word Avengers in it or Aquaman. And I'm like, yeah, again, this is absolutely breathtaking, this movie. It doesn't scare me. The reason that people were so disturbed is because of how violent it gets in the second half, and also Joaquin's performance, and also his body, that he looked like Christian Bale in The Machinist. I'm like, you have to go when you're doing art. Sometimes you have to push yourself. I know, because I was a plant in Little Shop of Horrors, and that was very physically grueling. Gwen's DCU ranking beat 8: Suicide Squad, the first one; Justice League, Batman v Superman, Man of Steel, Birds of Prey, Aquaman, and Shazam. Wonder Woman, I do like the first Wonder Woman, but I don't like the ending. The new Wonder Woman was just too freaking long. It's good, it's well made, but it's not like this. This is more my speed. Short and to the point. Yeah. This movie still works. Even 2 years later, almost 2 years later in October this year, it's still like, wow, just damn. This looks like a real film. What was the budget for Joker? It wasn't 100 million. It was 55 to 70 million and made 1.74 billion dollars. Wow. 1.074 billion. Yeah, this is when Arthur gets his gun. But really, the movie's not violent until about 30 minutes into the movie. How far are we in? 16 minutes. And I didn't run away because I'm not a pussy. Worst, best Netflix movie. The best Netflix movie I've seen so far, one of them is Extraction, and the first two, All the Boys I Loved. Yeah, it's a cute movie. I liked it. Worst Netflix movie. I don't know. I didn't see a lot of Netflix movies last year. I saw like a lot of kids stuff on Netflix. Netflix original movies, right? Yep. In your face, Harley Quinn. You tried to be R-rated like Joker and you failed last year. So in your face. Cuties, I haven't seen it. I refuse to. Network, I am never watching that movie. You do not sexualize children or teenagers that are under 18. That is wrong. That is perverted. It pisses me off. Zazie Beetz, they could have done that in this movie and it wouldn't have mattered because she's a grown woman, not a little girl. That's just horrible that they would do that. They do because he has a great infectious laugh. I haven't seen the kissing booth. Dolomite is my name. Set up, set it up. Bird Box. I don't know what I can't say the worst right now because I'm never gonna watch Cuties, and I refuse to watch After either. Original movies in 2015 to 2019 because Beast of No Nation. No, I haven't seen that one. The Ridiculous Six, Crouching Tiger, and Dragon 2, Pee Wee's Big Holiday, The Do Over, Brahmin, Naaman, Rebirth, Tallulah. Uh, the Ridiculous Six, I haven't seen it. Maybe because I have taste and I don't want to see bullshit on Netflix anymore. I saw some bad movies on Netflix, but not a Netflix original film that was bad, in my opinion. I don't even really count Cuties as a real movie. It's not. It's garbage. It's freaking. It's a hell spawn. iBoy, I haven't seen that. Mute, I haven't seen that. Netflix has some bullshit, but that's a movie that should not exist. You don't sexualize children. You don't do that. ever. That's illegal in several countries. Benji, yeah, I can't say the worst right now because I haven't seen a terrible movie on Netflix. That was a Netflix original. Have you seen Pixels? Yeah, it sucked. Good visuals, but that's it. Here's Zazie Beetz from Deadpool 2. Yeah, adorable. Yeah, white supremacy movie, my ass. There's black people in this movie that actually serve a purpose. The, and no, The Irishman, I haven't seen it. It's too freaking long. I didn't even review Cuties. I won't do it. I will not do it. I don't need to see Disney Channel, Nickelodeon, freaking kitty boppers shaking their asses in my face. It's scary. This is what pedophilia leads to. I don't get off on that. I'm sorry. Not for me. Me no likey. I want to date a woman this year in 2021, not a child. See, this is how you win an Oscar. You go all the way. So 1981. So I was wrong. It looks like a 70s film, though. So that is the same lady from Catwoman. She was a lot younger then because that was 2004. So she was probably like in her 40s or early 50s. Plus, unlike Robert Pattinson, Joaquin. No, he's not. In this movie, he's kind of an asshole. That's kind of why. The only thing in this movie that doesn't work for me is the origin. Not for Joker. They had to force the Batman origin again. We had to see Bruce's parents die again. Spoiler alert if you haven't seen it. The thing that made me not even post a review was the fact that they literally showed a scene of taking a picture of her giant. That's disgusting. That is absolutely disgusting and just revolting. How dare they put a movie like this in it should be banned for life. Should be burnt. You thought the Serbian film was terrible? That was also terrible. Yes, it was. But that didn't have little kids like it didn't have show like it didn't show little kids like that. There's one scene in that movie that's horrifying, but again, at least that movie has adults in it mostly. This movie is way worse because that this was a movie that people can just watch on Netflix. Thing a Serbian film got banned and you can't even watch it on Netflix because it's that disturbing. See, that's why this movie ain't so bad in comparison. It's not like Joker has sex with a woman and then cuts her head off like they do in a Serbian film, or has sex with a child or a baby, or no, that's disgusting. I can't go. I can't see that. I have some dignity. 365 days, I don't like that either because even though it's a grown woman, I don't like sexual assault, guys. Sex needs to be consensual between two adults. That's it. Have you seen Nude for saying no? No. I'm avoiding any disasters this year. I wanna keep my sanity. The isolation is still going on. Todd Phillips did a great job with this movie, man. I can't believe this is the same guy. Oh, he, a Nor war movie. Again, Arthur, why don't you get like if you're gonna keep a gun, why don't you keep it in a safe? That's the same thing I tell my brother because he's a cop and sometimes he leaves his gun on the counter and I'm like, don't do that. I don't want to get killed. It took me hard to get to 2021. Look how hard it was for me. Great for Friday the 13th, 2009, probably a 6 out of 10. It's probably a B minus if it was a grade because it's not that bad. It's not like the Nightmare on Elm Street remake. That's horrible. That's a blast in the face to the original film. I hate to get off topic, but yeah, this Joker movie. Yeah, we're about 30 minutes in, 24 minutes, and Don't feel the pacing. The pacing is very well paced. He doesn't get into the costume until the second hour, but it's still worth the time. It's worth the wait. It's a journey. It's not a padding and padding and padding and padding and stretching out scenes too long. Only good part of the Nightmare on Elm Street is Jackie Earle Haley. Yeah, but he can't hold a candle to Robert Englund. He just can't do it. The Rorschach voice like this, no, it's because as a fan of this character, this movie was pretty much tailor made for someone like me. Yeah, his makeup was a joke. He looked like a creature with his dumbass makeup. Yeah, he looked like a freaking alien. Have you gotten a chance to check out Cobra Kai? No, I haven't seen it yet because it's a new year. I can see it now. Another show I want to watch on Amazon Prime is The Boys because I've heard really good things about it. And I love Erin Moriarty. I want to see more of her stuff this year because she is beautiful, absolutely stunning. Why she hasn't done a DC or Marvel movie yet is beyond me. I don't want her to get typecast, but I would love to see her in a suit, just like in the Boys. She's just so sexy. Oh my god. This is how you do a Joker movie the right way. I know I haven't been saying anything. I've just been checking it. What movie have you seen with the most nudity? One of them was that's not a porn. What was one of them? There was a movie called 10 that has a lot of nudity in it, and also what else has a lot? Basic Instinct has a lot of nudity as well. The original. She's lovely. That afro of hers from Deadpool 2. Have you ever seen Wild Things? I couldn't finish it because this is the thing about Wild Things. Why did you put the twist 20 minutes into the movie? Even Shyamalan didn't do that in freaking what was that movie called in his first movie, The Sixth Sense. He, yeah, and you know it. This is a creepy scene. You're happy and you know it, and you really want to show if you're happy. And you know, you're happy and you know it. You're happy and you know it's not happy. Arthur, why didn't you leave the gun at home? If you're happy and you know it, stomp your feet. Oh, yeah. Yeah, see, he wanted to work with kids. Yeah, that's scary. Even the Joker in the Dark Knight didn't do that. Well, not actually. He brought a bomb, but there weren't any kids there. Well, it was a great movie. What's better of the start of the year than the last great movie of 2020? Well, that's the debate. Yeah, like I said, he loses everything. This is why he turns to crime, because again, it only takes one bad day for someone to snap. It almost happened to me last year, but no, I got through the year and I'm still here, baby. Because like I said, Joker was like one of the last. What do you think is better? What is the better Joker, Phoenix or Ledger? Phoenix to me topped him, or he's almost on par with him. Because like I said, he was a Joker that we did not see coming. Like with Ledger, they were like, "Oh, he's gonna suck," and he was great. But the thing is, we'll never see that again. That's the problem. Here, this could happen. Joker can get a sequel because Todd Phillips is still alive and Joaquin could still do it again. They have a reason. They don't need a sequel, but like I said, I would love to see this Joker come back, even if it's in a cameo in another DC movie. Imagine him against Robert Pattinson. That I would buy. Him kicking the crap out of Robert Pattinson, that would be amazing. Yeah, this is when the movie starts to get violent. Again, they started with him. Yeah, and Joaquin Phoenix laughed his way into an Oscar. So again, in your face, Rosamund Pike, you did not win an Oscar. You lost. He's like, you're all gonna die. You're all screwed. His laugh is so infectious. I did like Heath Ledger's performance. I know everybody says it'll never be topped. Again, he won an Oscar too, and he lived to tell about it. Dude, why didn't you just leave him alone? Why do people like to mess with clowns? They see it, either version has too much nudity? No, because the original Friday the 13th films, all of them had nudity. All of them, whether they would be the original without Jason or the sequels or Freddy versus Jason, they always had at least a pair of boobs. It's like, you're all gonna get shot, you freaking idiots. They say laughter is contagious. And ever seen at close range of Sean Penn? No, never heard of it. This, yeah, I know, Josh. I know you're gonna say, "Oh my God, this movie's so disturbing because he's laughing out of nowhere." Again, Happy New Year, Johnny. Hey, good to see you, man. You made it just in time. We're getting to the violent parts of the movie. Again, why are you bothering him? And these are the guys that work for Bruce Thomas Wayne's company, Wayne Enterprises. Why are you beating on a helpless man with a mental condition? Trust me, I'm not gonna mess with anybody that's mental this year. Hey, Johnny, how you doing? How's your New Year going, Joe? This is a great film. See, there's blood, but it's not CGI. In Harley Quinn, in the Birds of Prey movie last year, she's just crazy because reasons, and then she's breaking the fourth wall. I'm like, Harley Quinn is not Deadpool, guys. Plus, she shoots people with like shotguns that have like silver bullets or something. It's not even like a real gun, so it's sanitized. It's a freaking joke. It wanted to be this movie. And you notice Joker killed him and there's no cops on the train. And also he's not wearing gloves. Again, you started with him. My new year is going great so far. Yeah, we're about an hour into the new year and I feel great. I feel like a year of bullshit that was on my shoulders is gone. I'm going to take this hat off soon because I've been wearing it for almost an hour now. Again, you started it and Joker finished it. And unlike Kylo Ren, he doesn't throw a hissy fit. He's like, "Oh, you're gonna bother me? Blam, blam, you're dead, and you're dead." Taxi Driver's the same reason. In Taxi Driver, Robert De Niro doesn't start crazy. People push him too far, and he just like, "I'm gonna take matters into my own hands." And really, that splatter of blood. Did you see the first Blade movie? That has a lot of blood in it. Hell, people are bathing in blood in that movie, and I'm like, wow. So this is not the first R-rated movie to make a lot of money for a comic book property that was violent. And people are like, oh my God, blood. I thought this was for kids. Did you see The Killing Joke? That was not for kids, and that was animated. I think this is a movie that people shouldn't compare or judge by its controversy. I didn't see the controversy. They said this is going to make people go into theaters and shoot them up, and it's gonna bring incels to go crazy on the internet and try to glorify this movie. It is just a film, guys. That's what I see it as, a film. This film looks fantastic. Todd Phillips did an amazing job with this film. This is the guy that he was the guy that licked Amy Smart's feet in yeah, he's the weirdo that licked Amy Smart's feet in Road Trip, and then he did Hangover, and then he did this freaking movie 10 years after the Hangover. Wow, wowie, wow! It just makes people look so PC. Yeah, again, this movie didn't have to glorify violence. It's not even that violent. The most violent scene in the movie, it doesn't even involve Joker's shooting someone. He like smashes the guy's head in. This score is amazing. It won an Oscar. It's like a poetic dance. It's like a operatic dance. There's times when people have to separate the art from the person. Exactly. Amber Heard really hurt Johnny Depp, and yet she's still in the DCU. How is that possible? Depp got fired for Fantastic Beasts 3, and yet she's still in Aquaman 2. Yeah. Poetic justice, my ass. This is amazing. It's a violin. It's subtle. It's not shoved in your face. It's not a Hans Zimmer score. Just amazing. Just it's an interpretive dance. I've done that before. I've done pantomime when I was younger. It's amazing. A lot of things that are in this movie I've done. No, I've never killed somebody, guys. I'm not that sick. I can give people a chance, especially this year. He's like, yeah. Again, why did the people that work for Thomas Wayne bother him? Just leave him alone. You don't know if somebody that's laughing is psychotic. You don't know that. You can't tell by looking at them. Trust me on that one. This movie is amazing, man. I just love looking at this film. Yep, and he kisses Zazie Beetz. I'm like, yeah. They said if she's just a figment of his imagination, I don't know about that. But hey, he got to kiss a black woman, and that broke a lot of barriers. Joaquin is not a racist. What's a movie that where the characters look like porn stars? I'm not gonna say Blade because that has Tracy Lord. Shoot 'em up, and the John Wick films are much more violent. Yeah, they are. Also, those movies are like a cartoon, but and also the even a movie like Blade is more violent than this because in that movie they bathe in blood, and I know there's some CG blood too, and even the Punisher is more violent than this movie, and also 300, even though that's like I'm sorry, guys. I know I shouldn't be laughing, but I'm like, Josh, I know this is not a comedy, but I had to laugh after seeing. That's great. Yeah, yeah. Take that, Birds of Prey. Heck, Saving Private Ryan and Gladiator are much more violent. Yeah, I know. I saw Gladiator. Joker or Dark Knight? I prefer Joker. It's shorter. Dark Knight stretches out for 20, 30 more minutes that it doesn't need to. The Dark Knight is a great film, but it's just way too long. It has the same problem that Wonder Woman had, which is the pacing. Because, like I said, this is what the Dark Knight should have been: a R-rated, balls to the wall film, but with more action. And Batman doesn't sound like this. Worst and best movie of 2009. Best movie, Up is probably one of them. Worst, people who say Joker mocks mental health. I don't get what they're saying. I have a mental condition. I'm not autistic. I'm not psychotic, but I have ADD. You have to grab my attention right away, or I just lose interest and I start texting. But it respects it because it's like it doesn't glorify violence because all the mentally ill are all violent. No, do you think we'll ever get an R-rated Batman film? Not the one with Robert Pattinson. He wasn't wearing a mask. He was painted. Do you think the characters in Friday the 13th 2009 look like porn stars? Not Danielle, not Danielle Panabaker. She looks like an actual woman. Let me see. Zombie strippers that had porn stars in it. You can see his rib cage, man. Good God. Best of 2009 for me was Watchmen. It's a good movie, but it's also way too long. Worst, Inventing a Line. Another movie I liked from 2009 was Hangover and District 9. Yeah. The worst is probably X-Men Origins Wolverine because that was a bad Marvel movie. And after X-Men The Last Stand, I don't think it could have gotten worse, and it did. Yep, crazy. Get it? The 2009 movie. Let me see. You got Danielle Panabaker, Amanda Brigetti. She's not a porn star. She's a very beautiful girl. Look at that. That's lovely. She doesn't look like a porn star. Danielle Panabaker. This is the other girl. No, she's cute. Look at that squinty face. That's adorable. Questions every week. All I have are negative thoughts. Listen. Anyway. I'm mm-hmm. This is the same guy that did Brother Bear like over a decade ago. Worst and best Spider-Man movie. The best one is Spider-Man 2, live action, and the worst is the Amazing Spider-Man because I was so bored. That movie's trying to be like this, but it's supposed to be a colorful, fun comic book movie, and it's boring. This movie was not boring, and it's shorter. This is shorter than Amazing Spider-Man. Sony wanted to make their Dark Knight version of Spider-Man. Spidey doesn't work in dark and gloomy. He's works as an Avenger. He works in the Sam Raimi movies. He works in the animated series. You can't make him dark. That's what they were supposed to do with Venom. And again, this was better than Venom. It was better than Venom. Venom did not make $1 billion because it was stupid. They made Tom Hardy into a cartoon character. At least they stopped with the fireworks. Because good God, that was annoying. More people are watching me now. I should do more podcasts at night because during the day I only get like 2 people. But again, I'm here. Josh thinks Venom is the worst. It is the worst. It's the worst Marvel, the worst Sony produced Spider-Man spinoff I've seen. That's why I'm not looking forward to Morbius this year because it won't be any worse than that. But after what happened last year and with the bats and all that, and Jared Leto's last performance in the comic book movie, I'm very, very, very hesitant. Very. And yes, the Joker did that, even though he's a psychotic killing clown. Best and worst movie of 2010. Best movie was The Expendables. I love that movie so much. And the worst movie was what did I Legion. Oh my God, that movie hurts. He snorted. Yeah, is Morbius R-rated? I don't think it will be because Venom should have been. Again, if people thought that this laugh was a little bit too much, I'm like, he's the Joker. What do you expect? That was a nice take on a character because in in the '89 Batman, Dark Knight, and even in the animated series, we don't know why Joker laughs so much. Now in this movie, they're like, oh, it's a mental condition. Hey, psychosis has to come from somewhere in here. Which one would you say is worse, Amazing Spider-Man or Fan Snore Stick? Fan Snore Stick. That's not even a completed movie. Amazing Spider-Man has a few bright spots. I like Emma Stone. The scores is okay. And also the film has something, competent acting from other people. But best Toy Story 3, worst The Last Airbender. That's fine. Happy New Year, Josh. I'm finally doing my Joker review, and I'm getting a lot of views. See, people like to laugh. Comedian. I'm gonna be the comedian. That was also a pretty dark movie, the Watchmen movie, because not only was it very violent, like good God, that movie was violent, but it embraced the comic book origins too. High Network 98. Who's Network 98? What's your real name? Or your are you on YouTube? I don't want to call you Network because that sounds like the WWE Network. Oh, this is Smile, Smile. Though your heart is aching, smile, even though it's breaking. Oh, Eddie, that's a cool name. There are clouds in the sky. You'll get by if you smile. Do your fear and sorrow smile. When maybe tomorrow you see the sun come shining through for you. Yeah, that song is amazing. Jimmy Durante's voice, I miss him, man. May he rest in peace. So your name is Eddie. That's cool. Hey, and Johnny Jerry. Yeah. No, he has two names, but I didn't know who Network's first name is. I like to call people by their name. They're, get by time to sleep on laughing, smile. The use of crying. Life is still worthwhile if you just. It's a great movie. Like this movie is a film. This is a film, Martin Scorsese. Yeah, an actual film. I'm watching cinema. I'm watching something made. It's not a computerized, badly edited freaking mess of a film like other DC movies I've seen in the past 10, 15 years. I haven't seen Joker since it came out in theaters, but I'm still it's holding up. I'm almost an hour in and I'm not bored. This is just it's a breathtaking performance. Just a lot of interpreted dancing and laughing and just expression. This movie has expression. Didn't Martin only say Marvel movies weren't real movies? He thought all comic book movies were a joke. And also that asshole, Bill, what was this called? Bill Maher. Yeah, he's an idiot. He's like, comic book movies are not real films. I'm like, fuck you. This movie won 2 Oscars and made over $1 billion. What movie have you been in? Some freaking movie that makes fun of religious people? Yeah, that's stupid. Religious or what it's called? Hi, John. Hey, Darius. What's up? I'm glad that people are watching this because it's a new year and I'm not going to sleep. So I had my bottle of bubbly earlier and some coffee, so I feel great. I feel like I can do anything. I feel like I can paint the ceiling. Yeah, this is amazing. It still holds up. Almost 2 years later, Bill Barr, who's Bill Barr? He's that's the guy from The Mandalorian. All comic book movies, including Watchmen, Crow, and Sin City. Yeah, and the thing is, Watchmen didn't make money because it came out at the wrong time. If it came out now, not that Watchmen TV series that came out that was woke. I'm saying the 2009 film. If it came out today, it would have made a lot of money. If post COVID, when this is over completely, yeah, the theaters are going to be bombarded with superhero movies this year because we didn't get that many last year. There were terrible ones. You had Bloodshot, you had freaking Birds of Prey, and you had freaking New Mutants. A lot of these movies didn't make money for a reason, guys. Well, even though Bloodshot failed, it still got enough of a cult following to get a sequel for some reason. I guess because Vin Diesel is that good. I guess I don't know because like in Fast and the Furious, I get it. Triple X, I get it. Even as Groot, the voice of Groot in Guardians of the Galaxy. Okay, now I'm calling BS on what Martin said because I prefer all three movies than any of the movies he made. I like his films; they're just too freaking long, especially The Irishman. Good God, that movie's almost 4 hours long. Let me see how long it is. It's like 3 hours and 17 minutes. I'm like, you got to make a shorter movie. 209 minutes. Oh my God. This actress is really good, I must say. That the one that plays Arthur's, supposedly mother. What if Joker 2 is 3 hours? I would still watch it and paint my face and go to the theater with a mask. You know why? 3 hours and 29 minutes is too freaking long. If you thought Wonder Woman was long, the first one or the second one, this is like an hour longer. And I'm like, no, I can't do it. Not right now. I first thought he would only send Marvel movies if he means CBM films like Sin City and The Crow, now calling bullshit. Josh, do you like Age of Extinction? That movie's too long, too. This movie is one of the shortest DC movies I've seen in theaters. Under 2.5 hours. It's just too long. Like, they have... Scorsese thinks that him and Tarantino think a movie needs to be 3 hours to be real film. No. Yeah. Also, Batman 89 is under 3 hours. Network, it's mad, but too long. Yeah, it's too long. Age of Extinction felt like I was in the theater for 4 hours. You have to have good pacing. You can't stretch a movie out and make it boring. This movie didn't do that. Or Shazam in 2019, another DC movie that was awesome. Have you seen Freaky? No. The wokeness of some one scene just took me out of it. I was like, no, you lost me. I'm all fine for Vince Vaughn becoming a girl, like in the body. He's embodied. He's the body. He's embodied the personality of a teenage girl. That's fine. But saying that having balls sucks is stupid. You never say that in a movie ever again, ever. Nolan makes long movies, but he keeps people interested. I'm going to see Tenet this year. There he is, Bruce freaking Wayne as a kid. This was fan service, but this was the kind of fan service I loved. So Arthur met him when he was a kid, before his parents are killed. Batman doesn't have to be 3 hours. No, not a fan of Transformers, but I still have cool action. Yeah, but it's too long. Excuse me. You get some water. I'm gonna need it for tonight because the movie's not over yet. Bruce comes in about an hour into the movie, but it's not his story. It's Joker's. I had a smile on my face when I saw it. I'm like, is that Bruce? Yep, it's Bruce. And add 50 minutes to that 3 hours, yeah, almost 4 hours. Lord of the Rings, I can understand. It's a grand story, especially Return of the King. I get why it was that long, even though it is very long. Even the theatrical cut is not a walk in the park. This is great. And Bruce doesn't say a word. He just like touches his face. It's like, hey, we're gonna be bitter enemies in a couple of years when you're a grown man. This movie felt like an episode of Gotham, but with a bigger budget and more violence. Return of the King is amazing. I saw that in the theater in 2011. Wow, 10 years ago this summer. And I was blown away. I'm like, this is a freaking epic. It is too long, though, to sit in the theater to do that because I had to cross my legs. Yep, he has like one line. Yep, Bruce Wayne. He doesn't even know who this is. This is when he touches his face. And then Alfred shows up. I saw Ghost and Liar Liar for the first time. Both good movies. Yeah, Ghost is hard to see because I miss Patrick Swayze so much. I really do. The last film I saw last year was The Snowball Effect. Hey Bruce, you got some clean teeth. Yeah. Again, but this is an expression. Matt Reeves' movie is the Batman. I'm not gonna see it. I don't like Robert Pattinson doing this as a bobblehead. Do you think Tom Holland will make a good James Bond when he's older? Maybe in a couple years, but not right now. He's too young. Bond needs to be at least in his 30s. That's Wayne Manor. It's good to see Bruce here, but I don't like the fact that they have to do the origin again. Why? We saw that in Gotham a couple years ago. If you saw Gotham like I did, because I was interested, Darius, the Batman's not even out yet, but I don't like Robert. He's doing this in the trailer. He's a bobblehead. He's a bobblehead, and it's not going to top this. You're not going to have the great villain. You're going to have Colin Farrell as the Penguin. He looks weird. Zoe Kravitz is adorable, so her as Catwoman could work, but she's not threatening. Tom Holland's 24, going to be 25 in June, but he still looks 15. Yeah, he's a young kid. He's like a young Christian Bale, but shorter and less angry. Even though last year was not his movie. Favorite movie of 2020 was Sonic. I love Sonic. It made me laugh, just like this movie did, and it subverted my expectations because the trailer was god awful. Yet when the movie came out, wow! MCU Spider-Man 3 saved Miles for a cameo. Exactly. You don't have to force him into the movie. And I like the fact that Arthur, you know what? And this is another movie that's, again, with a clown that's better than the It remake and the sequel because it's shorter. It doesn't need to be 3 hours. I know the TV miniseries was like 3 hours, but it was in two parts, and that was a different time. 1990 was a different time compared to 2017 and 2019. Do you like the Goosebumps movie? I did. Both of them. What was your favorite year of the 2000s for movies? 2008 was one of them because I loved Iron Man. Dark Knight was good. Incredible Hulk was a good Hulk movie. And also, well, that's his mom when she's in the hospital, yeah. Because she had an attack and almost died. Yes, it's a dark movie, but this movie's not as violent as people say it is. It's not like Joker kills somebody in cold blood. See, he's not laughing now because he didn't want her to die. How did Darius watch the Batman when it's not even out? No one's watched it. There's only been the set photos and a trailer. That's about it. Even this tunnel scene looks amazing with the ambulance and everything. It looks freaking awesome. And I know what it's like to have the mother in the hospital. It's happened to me. I'm not going to say too much of my personal life here. I don't want to bum you guys out. It's a new year. I'm very happy. My birthday's in 4 days, and I made it. The virus didn't grab me. It didn't take me away. I wear my mask. I clean my hands. I wash my hands, and I don't touch anything or anybody. How do you think Leonardo DiCaprio would have done as a Joker? He would have been amazing, but he already won an Oscar for The Revenant, so he's got it. Joaquin deserved this. He deserved it after Leto shit the bed. Dune has an excuse to be long because it's in the two parts. Yeah, like Harry Potter and the Deathly Hallows. And it has an amazing freaking cast. And if I miss it in the theater, I can watch it at home. Ranking of the 2000s is 1 to 9 in order. 2005 was awesome. 08, 04, 09, 2003, 2000, 2006, 2007, 2001. Yeah. Yeah, I don't like Joker. I don't like the Jared Leto Joker. I just don't like it. I don't like the design. I don't like his laugh. I don't like the lack of screen time. Leto isn't a bad actor. He just should have been a villain. No, he should not have been. And they also underused him in Blade Runner 2049. Played a great blind man, but I wanted to see more of him. I wanted to see him act, not be a hunka hunka hunka. No, that's terrible. And as Morbius, why does he have a beard? Why does he have long hair? Are you trying to copy this movie? You're not going to outdark this. I'm sorry, Sony. You're a bunch of liars and you like to steal people's money. That's why the PS5, no one should be killing themselves for that. Nobody. Nobody. I'm not going to get a PS5 this year. I'm getting a PS4. Luckily, Leto had 2049 the year after that, Suicide, and it was great. Yeah, but he should have been in it more. Have you seen Steel? It's awful. I saw it when I was a kid. It was awful. The only film I liked Leto in was that. I thought there were other movies he did that were just not for me. Like I haven't seen what was it, Requiem for a Dream, because that's more depressing than this movie. That movie makes this movie look like a comedy in comparison, because at least this movie has some color in it. If that movie is just a bunch of drug addicts just like getting, withdrawal and all that, it's awful. It's hard to watch. The movie was more focused on K. Who's K? PS5, no thank you. I'm going to stick with the PS4. Exactly. I'm not going to get killed to get a game system. I already got one last year. It's called the Switch. I got this, and I earned it. Yeah, you didn't like the Requiem for a Dream? I can't watch it. It's just way too depressing. Everybody's on drugs in that movie, like freaking Jennifer Connelly, Leto, Marlon Wayans. It's just hard to watch. Is Ryan Ryan Gosling is a great actor. He's a great actor. He deserves his Oscar win now. The fact that he did Drive and didn't even get a nomination, and yet this movie did, it doesn't make any sense. Comic book movies are not real films. Yet again, say enjoy it, enjoy it. Comedian. Yeah, I remember those TVs in the 80s. Wow. See, Murray, you should have watched what you say, man. Make your words soft and sweet because you may have to eat them later. Shaquille O'Neal is that funny? Well, he's a joke in that movie. Have you seen his Brothers Grimm? No. I miss Jared. I miss Heath Ledger though. I do miss him. Yeah. The Flash isn't going to be boring. No, it has to be fun. You can't make it doom and gloom like the TV show. When Murray said that, he insulted Joker. I'm like, what did you expect, Murray? Murray is, Joker may be crazy, but he's not stupid. Do you think Martin regrets his words and what he said about comic book films? Yeah, he should, because again, Irishman did not win 10 Oscars. Requiem for a Dream and Scary Movie are the only good Martin Wayans movies. And the second Scary Movie is pretty decent as well. But at least it's short. It's not a bunch of depressing shit. Like what I can't handle is a drama where everything sucks and everything is freaking dramatic, and it takes me out of it. Like Angela's Ashes or Requiem for a Dream or freaking Terms of Endearment. I don't want to see people dying. It's sad. It's so sad, especially the way they die. Mo Money, no, I haven't seen it. I haven't found it at the dollar store yet. Yeah. Have you seen Bulletproof? No. Have I seen White Chicks? No. I have a lot of films to see this year, guys. I have a stack of them in my room, and I have a lot of them on the internet to watch. And I promise you, I will get to as many as I can. We have one less day in February, which is good. I like the music of Requiem for a Dream, the musical score. Yeah, it's just that the content is way too depressing. And you know me, I like to be happy. I like to be happy, guys. Avengers makes me happy. Guardians of the Galaxy made me happy. The Batman 89, Batman Forever, Batman Returns, Superman the movie, Superman 2, Superman 3. They make me happy. Clown for mayor, yeah. See, Joker starts a revolution. And we're about an hour in, right? An hour and 2 minutes. And I'm not bored, guys. And there hasn't been a single action scene because Joker is not an action movie. Batman Forever, I think, is underrated. And this riots with the police, oh, that was reminiscent of last year, wasn't it, people? Yes. I saw so many movies for the first time last year. So did I, because I have this. So I can watch movies on YouTube or Tubi or Netflix or Peacock or on Disney Plus. The last 20 minutes of Joker are gold. Oh, it's fantastic. The only thing I don't like is that they have to show Bruce's parents, Thomas and Martha Wayne, getting killed. What did Martha do? She doesn't do anything in this movie, guys. She's there to die again, just like the beginning of BVS. No matter what cut you see of that movie, there's always the death in the beginning with Bruce's parents. It's shot beautifully, by the way, but we know what the origin is of Batman. We don't need to see it in the freaking Robert Pattinson version. They're going to show him as a kid, his parents die, and then he looks like an emo bitch without the mask. That's what I waited years after Batman Begins and The Dark Knight. No. Is that Charlie Chaplin? Yeah, he's dressed up as an usher. So it's the early 80s. See? Film. It will live forever. COVID will never stop that. Ever. Because now film can be put on digital and we can still watch things. So suck it. People should have remembered that 2049 came out. Yeah, it came out in October of 2017. Have you seen Fairy Forgot Fingered? No. Daddy, would you like some sausage? Daddy, would you like some sausages? Again, I'll see it eventually, but that's also a pretty disturbed person because he's crazy. People are laughing their asses off. I miss the theater, man. I just miss it. This bathroom scene reminded me of RoboCop. And the fact that Thomas Wayne, yeah, you can't just tell him to go away. You have to punch him in the face. Again, these people push his buttons. That's why I can sympathize with Arthur. Yes, I know he's a very dark character, but in this movie, they're always starting with him. They're pushing his buttons. In The Dark Knight, enough of the clown. And then what does Joker do? He has a string that he's going to pull because you can't mess with him. Favorite and least favorite Evil Dead. My favorites two. Least favorite is the remake. I don't like the remake. You took one of the most beautiful women in the world. Let me show you who she is. Josh would agree with me. She's gorgeous, absolutely gorgeous. You took this woman, not a non-binary. You took this gorgeous angel and you turned her into a druggy bitch with a zombie face and cutting her tongue with her freaking knife. What the hell were you thinking? You don't take a gorgeous woman like this and make her look ugly. That's offensive to me. That is offensive. I still haven't seen Dukes of Hazzard. No, it's on Netflix. I'm trying to try to watch it. I don't mind the part of where the Waynes get killed. It was a nice twist. The Waynes get killed in what? Jane Levy. Yeah, you do not freaking make her look ugly. She's gorgeous, guys. Absolutely gorgeous. The first time I saw her was in Fun Size, and I'm like, wow, you are a. It's like if Emma Stone had red hair, and she's just. Yeah. That laugh of his is just great. Do you like John Cena's Joker? John Cena, he was the Joker. He's Peacemaker. He's not going to be the Joker. When the Waynes got killed in Joker, oh, you mean the Waynes? I thought you said the Waynes. I'm sorry, the Waynes hardly ever die in a movie. No, it was sad to see that, but I'm like I said, you didn't need that. Thomas Wayne could either do it off screen or just kill him and kill Martha later. I don't know. Just don't do the origin. It was forced in there. It's fan service done the wrong way, just like Rogue One, Solo, and The Force Awakens. John Cena's Peacemaker. He's not going to be the Joker. I would have loved that, but he's too muscular to be the Joker. And also, I'm more interested in his Peacemaker show than his Suicide Squad because I don't like those characters, guys. I don't like Hot Topic Harley Quinn. I don't like Captain Boomerang Fire. I don't like freaking Idris Elba, whoever the hell he's King. King Shark is a better Flash villain than a villain. Are you a fan of John Cena? Yeah, I loved his work in wrestling ever since 2003. And as a actor, I like him. I liked him in Bumblebee. He just needed to be in it more. Ferdinand was cute. I didn't see Doolittle, but that everybody sucked in that. I liked him in The Marine and even in 12 Rounds. I do like him. I'm a fan of his. Have I seen Sharknado? I have all 6 movies on DVD. Well, 5 on DVD, 1 on Blu-ray. Favorite movie of 2019 minus Knives Out. Didn't see it because I don't trust Rian Johnson. I don't trust that guy. Star Wars was in better hands when The Mandalorian came out. The same freaking year of Knives Out. It's not that Rian Johnson's a bad director, but the thing is, Rian Johnson should never have done The Last Jedi. Katana should come back for 3. Yeah, kill off Harley Quinn and bring Katana back, or let her kill Harley Quinn. She like cuts her head off. It's R rating. It's an R rating. You can do that. You can get away with that. She'd be like, ha ha ha. And she's like, that would be amazing. That would subvert your expectations, Josh. Killing off a main character in they're called the Suicide Squad, yet none of them die. How does that make any sense? In the first movie, a bunch of like Slipknot and these other characters die off screen, and it's pathetic. Endgame, yeah, I love that movie. That was the last movie I saw in theaters in Manhattan before the virus, and I loved it. Every second of it. It was telling a grand story. Venom 2 better be R-rated, and it better not be a cartoon. I don't need Venom and Carnage cracking jokes. That's not what the characters are. Is Suicide Squad? Yes, it's going to be R-rated, but again, I dare you to match it to this movie. I dare you, James Gunn. I know you can do R ratings well. Super was a really good movie. I just don't like Elliot Page, whatever you're calling yourself. Shame on you, by the way. I like Rainn Wilson in that. Slither was pretty good too. So James Gunn knows how to do an R rating. At least if you had the decency to make a sequel with Carnage, make it R rating. Yeah, make it violent. Stop making these guys cartoon characters. What's my favorite film? Return of the Jedi. I can watch that movie any time of the year, and it just puts a smile on my face. And seeing Luke back in The Mandalorian blew my mind. See, it's not a white supremacy movie. There's black people in this movie. You have the therapist in the beginning of the movie, and then you have this guy, and then you have Zazie Beetz. That's enough diversity. You didn't need like 18 people. What do you think of how to Train Your Dragon films? I've seen the first two. They're really good. I haven't seen 3 yet. Even when Joaquin is not talking or laughing, his performance is just breathtaking, man. I didn't know he had it in him. This is a man that was like had a really big bushy beard and he didn't know where he was. He was trying to rap, and then he plays Joker and bingo. Of all time, yeah, like I said, what if John Cena played Batman? Hey, we would be a better Batman than Robert Pattinson doing this. I'm sorry, he just looks ridiculous. And this is not the only movie that Joaquin has done that was really good. Because Her was a great performance as well, where he's trying to have sex with Scarlett Johansson. Her voice, yeah, who wouldn't want that? There is Harry Potter and the Prisoner of Azkaban. That one, really? I thought that one had the weakest ending though, because it's like it's not it's a cliffhanger. It's Harry jumping on a broom and flying away. I'm like, it's kind of a weak ending though. Affleck comes back, yeah, I would love that because Josh, do you plan on getting a PS4? Well, I'm going to get one somehow. See, that's just that look is more emotion than anybody in The Force Awakens. The score is very haunting. Like that violin is both kind of creepy and it's very, very, like atmospheric. I would, but it's expensive as hell. I'm fine. Yeah, I want to get it. Yeah, he steals it from him. Yeah, Ben is a better actor than Robert. Yeah, and he's not sparkling either. Run, Arthur. You notice that Joaquin Phoenix runs pretty fast for a guy his age. He's like 10 years younger than Tom Cruise, and he can run pretty fast. Maybe if they got on sale, then you could get one, Josh. Yeah, I'm going to get a PS4. Once the PS5 is fully available this year and people are not murdering each other for it, the PS4 will go down to like $200. Watch. I only seen some of the Harry Potter films. Not a big fan. It's just those movies are too long. The first 2 movies are almost as long as Wonder Woman 84, and they don't need to be that long. They don't need to be that long, guys. They do not. The first movie is like almost 3 hours, and I'm like, why? That one is the longest movie is Chamber of Secrets, and it was long, man. Oh my god. I saw the theatrical cut of it, and I'm like, this movie should have been over after Harry beat the Basilisk, but it wasn't because it had to drag for like another 20 minutes. I'm like, oh my god, this end already. And those British accents, just again, I'm not going to say too much, but you know, I'm glad Hilder got her win presented by Hilder. Who's Hilder? Hilder got it presented by Sigourney Weaver, Brie Larson, and Gal Gadot. Yeah, Ripley from Aliens, Captain Marvel, and Wonder Woman. The first movie got worse when they were at Hogwarts. It just drags. They have to give Harry his wand. Then he has to get registered into one of the groups. Then they have to give him, they have to take him to the classrooms and all that. It's just too much. It's too much processing in the first two. Chamber of Secrets is also a scene that's disgusting where Ron is like puking up those freaking slugs. I almost got sick to my stomach. I'm like, this is disgusting. For a kids movie, they're good films. They're just way too long. Favorite Harry Potter's Goblet of Fire. Yeah, best one of the 8 films, not counting the prequels. Yeah, but I prefer that one and to me, Fantastic Beasts and Where to Find Them. I like them better than the first two. They're just too long, too freaking long. Yeah, he's snotting from his nose. That's gross. Arthur, you had a hoodie. You could have wore that hoodie over your head. Yeah, he could have put that over his hair because he's walking in the rain again. We've seen that in a lot of DC movies, haven't we? I don't think I ever finished Prisoner of Azkaban. I did. I saw it in college a couple years ago, but it's also too long, and the ending sucks. I'm sorry. It's the worst ending of any of the Potter movies because it's a cliffhanger. There's another movie. Do you like the 2010s pop music? There was some I like. Try it again and see how you feel then. I did finish it. It's just that I haven't seen the Potter movies in years. The last one I saw was Crimes of Grindelwald. I think in 2019. Yeah, I saw that one on DVD. How much time we got? We're almost done. 44 minutes left. Favorite movie of 2020 is Ma Rainey's Black Bottom. Yeah, I've heard that there's some good things about that. It's just I didn't want to see any dramas last year. I'm 24. Cool. After this, I have to go take a shower because I haven't showered in a couple of days. So I want to be clean for the new year. Yes. Because the back of the movie says strong bloody violence, but there's only a couple of scenes. It's not every single minute of this movie is violent. Disturbing behavior and language and brief sexual images. Yeah, that's about it though. There's no like rape scene in this movie, thankfully, because I didn't need that in a comic book movie. They insinuated it in Watchmen, but thankfully they didn't show it. He like bends over a Silk Spectre and he does the deed. But again, the comedian's an asshole. What can I say? That's why he's the first to die in Watchmen. But he kind of deserved it because he's an asshole. You don't rape a woman, dude. I'm sorry. Love Jeffrey D. Morgan in that role, but man, that character's such an asshole. My favorite movie of 2018 is Eighth Grade. Haven't seen it. Look at this shot. Tell me you wouldn't hear that score in a Batman movie. At least I got a lot of live people watching it. Yeah, this is probably my most popular live stream in months. Get Out, I haven't seen it. At least Night Owl didn't rape Sil Spectre too. No, he had his way with her, and he was attracted to her. Again, as a heterosexual man, I know exactly what he was going for. My favorite movie of 2016, Civil War, was awesome. But there was one movie that made me laugh more, yes, than Civil War, and that was Deadpool. Oh my God, I did not expect that to be so funny. But and that was again R-rated, just like Joker. People want more Joker. They want more Deadpool. They don't want a girl pretending to be Deadpool. That's why Birds of Prey flopped. It's not just that Margot Robbie's a bad actress, just that she's not Deadpool, guys. Her breaking the fourth wall and telling your story, it doesn't work. You don't have to tell us the story. Just show us the story. Deadpool is my number 2. Yeah, I laughed in the theater so much, man. That my life was a trash. Josh, do you like Sabrina Carpenter? She's adorable. Yeah, I like her. 2015 is Inside Out. It was good. I just didn't see it in the theater. And how dare they give this movie a lower, almost the same rating on Rotten Tomatoes as Wonder Woman 84? Yet it made a lot of more money, and also it was a darker movie. And it's telling a story without having like 85 characters at once. Favorite film of 2014 is Days of Future Past. Good freaking X-Men movie. The last good one for a while. My life was a tragedy. No. 2014, my favorite movie was the Lego movie. Not anymore, but it was back then. I saw that in the theater twice, so but it's not my favorite movie of 2014 anymore. It would probably be like either Guardians of the Galaxy or Winter Soldier. Because I was like, wow, that movie was a great Captain America sequel. And Guardians was basically the new Star Wars from MCU. She died pretty quickly too. Joker's supposed mother. The Lego movie, the first Lego movie. I have not seen the sequel because I just didn't like it. I didn't like the trailer as much as the Lego Batman movie or Lego Ninjago or the Lego movie. So. Both fields were divided because they think that DC is just a ray of sunshine. No, 2013 is the Wolverine. Uh, what would be for me? I don't remember. That sounds like the Wheel of Fortune music. My favorite is Wolf of Wall Street. That movie is also way too long. What the hell were they thinking? Again, Scorsese, I don't have all day. Hmm. Wonder Woman is my favorite of 2017. BBS is my favorite 2016. Furious 7 in 2015. Dawn of the Apes. I haven't seen those Apes movies. I only saw the original and the sequels with the makeup, not the CG. And I haven't seen the remake either. So. Mhm. Yeah, don't try that at home, kids. Don't ever put a gun to your lips or to your under your chin. If people thought that this was going to be the Killing Joke, no, it's basically the Killing Joke without the 30 minutes of padding. That's what all the people say. People say. Yeah, he colored his hair green. I've colored my hair green once in 2003. I don't know why Joker's in tidy whities, but hey, I'll take what I can get. Favorite film of 2012 was Django Unchained. Mine was The Avengers. In place. Life. Yeah, that is life. But this is the most violent scene in the movie. About an hour and 25 minutes. This is an easy sit through. I don't know how some people say this movie's too dark. I'm like, it's a drama, guys. What did you expect? Their films of 2017 was Logan. Logan is also pretty dark, but that movie dragged. I think like the last 15 minutes, the New Mutants didn't need to be in the film. You could have cut them completely out. The only one you needed was X-23. Baker, speak English next time. No subtitles. And also, don't freaking make, don't go into different tangents, because the ending was just way too downbeat for me. Logan, it's a great movie, just the downbeat ending kind of took me out of it a bit. This is when he smashes this guy's head in. My favorite of 2011 is Rise of the Planet of the Apes or First Class. Yeah, the little midget is it or little person in the movie. He's the only Brit in the movie. Well, yeah, I feel great, man. That coffee. Favorite Disney Plus movie mine is Clouds. Clouds? Never heard of it. My favorite so far is Hamilton. I know that's it was a stage play, but still it was amazing. Wow, that blew me away last year because I'm like, there's a reason the play is so beloved. Yeah, that's funny. You should have walked away, man. See, that would have been violent enough, but yeah, he goes slasher film on him. That's not enough. Now he smashes one, two, three, four. There's some CGI five, six, seven, eight, nine, 10. He hits his head 10 times on the wood. Again, guys, why would you do that? Because that guy screwed with him. He stabs him in the neck, and then he stabs him in the eye, and then he smashes his head in 10 times, guys. I counted it now. Last time I thought it was like 5 or 6, but we get it, dude. He's dead. Even if you smash his head in once, he would have bled to death. See, I've seen more violent than that, guys. I saw RoboCop when I was a kid. I saw T2 when I was a kid. I saw a guy. I saw the T1000 literally put a piece of metal into a guy's face. Yeah, when I was a kid, and that did not mess me up as an adult. My favorite movie of 2005 is, of course, come on, Sin City. I haven't seen it. This is the most violent scene in the movie, and it's really not that bad. Like I said, I've seen worse, guys. A Serbian film is more violent than this movie. Like I said, the only thing I'm going to say is in that movie, a guy has sex with a woman and cuts her freaking head off. That's what I've heard of. Clean off. It's horrifying. My favorite of 2009 is the Friday 13th and Watchmen. Sin City, I haven't seen it. I still need to see it. He can't reach the door. Yeah, he's a little guy. He can't reach the doorknob. He could only reach the door. My favorite of 2009 was Star Trek. I like it, but I don't love it as much as some people. The lens flares and the villain just sucked. And it's not just because of J.J. Abrams. That could have been anybody. If anybody did the lens flares, Len Wiseman or George Lucas or freaking even James Gunn. No, too many freaking lens flares. I don't want to go. I don't want to go. I don't want to go blind, J.J. Not this year. Here we go. Full Joker costume. An hour and 30 minutes into the movie, but it's an origin story, so I can let it slide. Da-ding! This is the dancing. Da-ding-da-ding-da, da-ding-da-ding-da. I did this dance on my steps outside. Hey! They probably filmed it in the rain because there's water there. Favorite film of 1999? Of course, I mean, come on, The Matrix. There we go, right in the puddle. This movie is just amazing. It still holds up. This does not feel like a movie that came out 2 years ago. This easily could have been re-released in theaters. My favorite was Spider-Man 3 of 2007. I don't know why Joker's smoking, because he didn't smoke in the... And they keep calling him Arthur instead of just calling him Joker. Well, they do later. And the subway scene, people are like, that's going to be the theaters. They're going to shoot him up, and nothing happened. I'm still here. Oh, man. And by the way, they have this movie on HBO Max, so you can watch it now. Oh, yeah, we are in the dancing stairs scene. Yeah, awesome. That's a work of art right there. It's just only a few seconds, but you remember that. It's kind of like the dancing scene in Sonic with Robotnik, except that's played for laughs. This is a work of art right there. This isn't. This was filmed in New York City. I know. I live near New York City. That's the 18th Avenue train. And nowadays, everybody's wearing a mask. So, oh, the irony. This movie was kind of ahead of its time. 18th Avenue, McDonald Avenue. I've been there. I used to live in near that area when I was a kid. Not now. So Gotham City basically is part in Brooklyn. My favorite is Prestige. Yeah, Prestige is good. I don't like the twist ending though. It's stupid. V for Vendetta. I want to see that. I love Natalie Portman. You know, I will see anything that she's in. And yeah, this movie also had a clown mask, like in The Dark Knight. Actually, I take that back. My favorite is not now a tie between V for Vendetta and Departed. Departed's a remake, you know. And I like that this movie doesn't treat me like a kid. It's an adult movie, but not like in a pornographic sort of way. It's 2 o'clock in the morning. I don't even feel it. I feel great. Again, Wallace and Gromit I haven't seen. Park Boulevard. Riots. My favorite of 2005 is Batman Begins. The best way of doing Batman's origin. It's just too long. To me, to me, it was basically like Batman '89, just with a 30-minute running time, 30 minutes of padding. It's a little bit slow too. That I do like Batman Begins. I'll do a commentary for it a few months, but it's just slow, man. It takes an hour for Batman to be in the movie, and I'm like, it's a little bit too late after that. And plus, I didn't like the costume looked a little bit bulky, and I didn't like Bale's voice. Bale's voice like, "It's what I do," and I'm like, it's laughable. Joker would be laughing his ass off if he heard Christian Bale's laughable voice. Favorite 2004 Spider-Man 2, Ray, and Harry Potter, Goblet of Fire. Yeah, you mean Goblet of Fire? I know a lot of people hate Constantine, but oh well, I guess I'm the only one who likes it. I didn't like I didn't. It's not. I'm not a fan of the character, but I like Keanu Reeves' portrayal. It's just it was too much symbolism, and it just took me out of it. I thought it was just kind of dull, and I thought Tilda Swinton was not needed in the film. Johnny Depp or not? This movie still holds up, man. Glad I got it last year from before Black Friday. Yes. It is good. He's the greatest DC villain of all time. Fight me on that one in the chat. He's the best. There's no other villain in any of the DC universe that even comes close. And I bet in 1981, which by the way, 1981 was 40 years ago. Um, People didn't scan. They didn't pat Joker down to see if he had a weapon on him. This is reminiscent of in the Dark Knight Returns when he's on a talk show like this and he smashes a cup and slices a guy, but they do it off screen so it's less violent. Here they actually show it, and they said they don't follow the comics. There's a lot of references of the comics in here: The Killing Joke, Dark Knight Returns, and even some other things too. Mhm. I'm gonna be a comedian. This interpretive dance is amazing, by the way. Oh yeah, especially especially how this decade started. Let's make 2021 more of what 2020 should have been. Here goes the dance. Here comes the dance, Josh. There's this little twirl. Yeah, he looks like an evil Ronald McDonald, but again, it works. Also, this costume is reminiscent of Cesar Romero's brilliant performance as a Joker in the 1960s show. So I know you hate that show, Josh. I don't. I grew up watching it. He kissed that old woman. Scream. No. That's right, Murray. I'm not political. But to make people laugh. That laugh is infectious. A Bug's Life. That was a good movie. My favorite Blade movie is Blade 2. I do like it. I just prefer the first one. I don't like the new additions in Blade 2. Yeah, here's my little book. Blade 2 was kind of a copy of the first one, if you think about it. It's just I don't like the new characters like Ron Perlman and the Spanish girl and Norman. Knock knock. It's the police, ma'am. Your son's been hit by a drunk driver. He's dead. See, this is what happens when you don't listen to soccer moms. You get things like Joker. Okay. Sorry, I'm sorry. Just a rough week, Marie. Nice. There is no punchline. Punchline. It's not a joke. Mm-hmm. Hi, Nicholas Lee. Good to see you here. Yeah, it had me in suspense. It's a comedy. Yes, and yes, this Joker is a little bit more flamboyant, but it works. I do. It's not. It is subjective. Yeah. Yeah. So much. Right. What's fun? Right. Wrong. Way. You decide what's funny. It's a great speech, by the way. Murray. Yeah, they were awful. He is awful. He's gonna be subjective and objective in movies. I'm always subjective, never objective. Two, three, five. I do. Murray. Oh, and screams. I know. Thank you, Joker. No one's civil anymore. Awful Murray. my video. Make fun of me. Mm-hmm. Yeah, he won a bunch of Oscars. I know. Isn't it great? Jokes, Murray. Yeah, you cross mentally ill. You get what you fucking deserve. Yes, birds of prey. You get what you fucking deserve. Blah! Yep. Nobody saw that coming. Yep. That's exactly what happened to the box office of most of the films that came out last year, except for Sonic, Invisible Man, and Bad Boys 3. Don't worry, Josh. I'm not going to kill somebody with a gun like that. I laugh, but I don't laugh at the misery of others. Sonic Adventure 2. I haven't played that yet. He's already dead. You notice that he gets away with murder and there's no cops there. There's no security. And this was filmed, so you would think that he would get... You saw they cut him off. Yep, Joker. And you notice Joker's not wearing gloves in this movie? One of the best scenes in movie history. Which one? Him shooting him in the head? Yeah. Nobody saw that coming. I did because I saw The Dark Knight Returns, the first part where Joker smashes a coffee mug and slices a guy's throat. If people didn't see that, I'm like, yeah, that's good connection to this movie. I used to, but now I don't anymore. Stop being interesting when Rick left. Rick left. Oh, you mean The Walking Dead, right? Yeah, I don't watch The Walking Dead. I never did. It wasn't for me. Yeah, people are rioting in the streets just like last year. But it's over, guys. We're in 2021 now. Man, this is like the ending of It's a Wonderful Life in the third act. That's a porn theater. Dr. J's, I remember that store. It's, yeah, I didn't see that coming either. The even the scene where Ace in the Hole, yeah, like my favorite movie in 1991 is C2, and not Silence of the Lambs. It's fine to have an R-rated comic book film, yeah. And this movie doesn't depress me. Look at my face. You see me crying? Nope. I know it's just a movie. It's not real, guys. If it was a documentary about a violent clown killing people in the streets, then it would horrify me. But this is a film. I know it's not real. It's fictionalized. I don't know why people are afraid of clowns anyway. I've been a clown since I was a kid, so Arthur did get hurt here, so yeah, Silence of the Lambs is mostly praised because of the performances. It's not as scary as this. It really isn't. Plus, that movie, Anthony Hopkins has less screen time than Joaquin Phoenix. Did you see what I said? Booksmart was R-rated. It wasn't a comic movie, but it was still R. It should have done better though. It's not even that violent, that movie. Like it's mostly for the sexual content and the language. That's it. They say the F word a couple of times. That's about it. Sega was drunk and put a Sonic game that Sonic wasn't in it. Yeah, that would suck. It would be Shadow the Hedgehog, I guess, right? The theaters, nobody did that. Oh yeah, here comes the origin that's a little bit forced into the movie. Martha, you don't even get to see her that much. She's a blonde here. And I'm like, oh, they're going to go into the alley and they're going to get killed. I'm like, please don't do this. This is the only scene I thought was kind of cringe. Considering all we've seen, yeah. To be honest, if it wasn't for Anthony Hopkins, I don't think the film would have been praised. Yeah, yet Manhunter came out in the 80s, and they don't even steal Martha's jewels here. They just shoot her, I think. Oh yeah, they do it because again, they have to do it in everything. Even though Martha didn't even know who Arthur was, and Arthur's not a Mary Sue. He's vulnerable and almost died in that car crash. Yeah. I know I don't enjoy this because I'm seeing people dying. I enjoy it because Joaquin Phoenix is just, he's breathtaking. He took material that should have been cliche and he made it into something great. Candyman, the original. People thought this film was going to start shootings. It didn't. Dark Knight Rises, nobody could have seen that coming. Hell, Bane doesn't even shoot a bunch of people. I can take this off. It's giving me a headache. It's almost over anyway. The movie's almost done. 50 minutes. An hour and 50 minutes. And see, short and sweet. Even though it's long, it doesn't feel boring. Oh, the first Candyman is more violent than Joker. Yeah, and it's more uh you know relatable now. This movie still holds up, man. Nia DaCosta is a great choice to direct Captain Marvel too. Do you own any GTA games? No. I'm not a fan of those games. I'm putting a smile on my face. Birds of Prey couldn't match this movie's visceralness because that movie hates on men. Yeah, or hates on women. Men in that movie are animals and they're just, they treat women like shit. Again, did this movie do that? No. Yes, he kills his mom or whatever that he thought it. I love Seven, great crime thriller. Yeah, I haven't seen the movie. What's in the box? I'll see it this year if I can get a chance. The movie could have ended there and I would have been fine with it because, like I said, it's almost done, guys. Hang in there. And Joker did not kill Bruce's parents this time. Just one of the rioters did it, but it was still kind of forced in there. They just did it because of fan service. Because why is Bruce in the movie to see his parents die again for the millionth time? Please don't do that again. It's been done to death. I guess this is Arkham Asylum, maybe, or close enough. Also, Seven and Fight Club are more disturbing. Yeah, because he's crazy. Edward. I disagree on the Manhattan, but it was the opposite of with the guys killing girls. If it would have been an uproar again, but again, why does Harley? She can't even shoot people with a real gun. It has to be a gun full of nickels or something. I don't know. It looks ridiculous. The movie's trying to have it both ways. It's trying to be dark and disturbing, yet it's trying to be colorful and gay. And it's not for me. It's not for me. I'm sorry. This movie is not a cartoon. Anything but that. But you wouldn't get it. What movie got man hating? Man hating and hate woman hating. You missed it, Micah. It was Birds of Prey. The whole movie, Harley's shooting a bunch of guys because again, and then Victor Zaz and Black Mass, they treat the women like shit. Take off your shirt and all that. Again, Not needed. Yeah, she hits a guy with. Don't they hit a bunch of men with like a mallet or something or guns again? But again, they do treat the women like shit. That's in the movie. I didn't read misinterpret it. But oh well, that movie failed. So I'm happy that this movie made more. And also, we might get a sequel to this. And if we don't, well, we'll get more movies like this from DC in the darker universe that are separate. They're not in the DCU because it wouldn't work. A movie like this would never be have a post credit scene next to like Shazam 2 and Captain and it's mainly most guys are nowadays. Yeah, I know, but again, I never told a woman to ever take her shirt off. I'm gonna roll. Here it comes. And an hour. There it is. That was Joker, guys. The 2019 Joker movie, an hour and 55 minutes. That was still just as freaking awesome as I saw in the theater. I clapped at the end. And there's a hunting score. Todd Phillips, you still did a great job. It still holds up. People called it overrated because of, it got so much praise, but it deserved it. This movie took risks. It was bloody. I would love to see Mr. Freeze done in the Dark Universe. Yeah, not Harley Quinn. Being bisexual, what has that added? Nothing. Tell John he missed my comment. Which one? Birds of Prey. Haven't seen that one. I won't see it. I asked that if you bought a Mario game and Mario wasn't in it, I would be pissed because I'd be like, no, this is, unless it's Mario Luigi, it doesn't make any sense. But anyway, enough of the chat. I'm done. Joker still holds up. I still love this movie. I still think it's a beautifully shot, well acted, very atmospheric dark film, and it holds up. 2 years later, and this is still one of the best DC movies outside of the DCU and the 80s, 70s and 80s DC movies that came out. It's a great origin, and Joaquin Phoenix just owns the freaking movie. His laugh is infectious. It works, and it's a divisive movie, but it's my kind of film. I can enjoy it. I never like, oh my god, this movie's so violent and horrifying. I've seen more violent movies from the 80s and the 90s, guys. Trust me. I have a large collection of films that are more violent, but this movie still holds up. If you haven't seen this, watch it on HBO Max. Rent it, own it, just see it. It's worth your time. I would say Joker might be my favorite DC movie. That or Watchmen. Yeah, it's a great freaking movie and it holds up. Thanks for watching, guys. Happy New Year. Take care. Stay safe. Keep wearing your masks and washing your hands. And I will see you in the next live commentary, which will be tomorrow. Will be the Death Race 2050. It's a lot shorter, so I'll get through it faster. But I still love this movie. It still holds up. Thanks for watching. Later.